So, let's do this. Benvenuti nella giungla dei graffiti. Questa è Impostore, Rockstar, e podcast visto Gihareh. Sono il capo, io sono Chief Gihareh, Gihareh, Julius Caesar, Augustus. Okay. We got some new merch after doing some research. All right. Netflix Dark, we just watched the second half of the first episode. So, the first half kind of sets everything up. Nothing really happens in the second half. But not like, I don't know how to sit there and say that, but yeah. So boom, whenever that happens, it's gonna end up going over there. Okay. All right. So let me finish this. We should do some emojis. And one more. Okay. Let's do this. So, second half of episode 1. Okay, like there's not a lot that like progresses with the plot in the second half. But there are a couple things where you know how that just hit me, or this just popped up, you know what I'm saying? So, or like I now realize what the hell's going on inside there. Okay, so and now I know a couple people's names. I think I'm understanding a couple people's names now. So our main character that for the most part that we're kind of following, his name, let me see if I can fix this also. I don't want this language. Okay. Our main character, his name is, well, the one that we're kind of following right now, his name is Jonas. He would be the son of the father that, you know what I'm saying, in that first scene, whatever, right? So, Jonas and a couple of his friends, that his friend that I'm assuming is I'm just gonna call it like his best friend or whatever. His name is Bartosz. I don't know. It's Bartosz. I'm not sure how to say it. Whatever, Bartosz. Let me just figure out Bartosz. I'm trying to figure out which name would I like to say better. Bartosz. Just depends on the time of the moment. Anyway, Bartosz. Bartosz is the one that got with the girl, you know what I'm saying? And so they go to the cave. Why are they at the cave? They're going to the cave at night to get something that ain't grass. A rose in a cornfield is a weed. It's a slur, all right? So they're going to go get some, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, it should be over here. Now, they go by this cave. Oh, okay. So first, Jonas and the girl are there. And I'm like, yep, this would be a perfect time to address, you know what I'm saying, how, I guess, how she ended up with Bartosz. And so she goes to address it. And he was like, nope, I'm okay. I don't even want to hear about it. She says, but I want to talk about it. I want to tell you what the hell happened, what's going on, this and that. And she was like, she said, she started her whole little thing off with some, you know, I had messages I typed up, but I just never sent them. Ladies is pimps too. She said, I had messages that I typed up, I just never sent them. It just didn't feel right. Anyway, he stops her from going too far down the path. And he like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We don't really gotta even talk about it. We don't really gotta talk about it. Then I'm trying to there's still a couple of little I'm not sure like who this person is, who this person like their names, but I just kind of know who them. Like, okay, so the police officer that is having an affair with Jonas's mom. Jonas's mom is a massage therapist. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Some guy comes into town and she's like giving him a massage, and she says something about muscles can sense when it's about to rain, and they pick up on the frequency, vibration, yah rah rah, Instagram wisdom bullshit. She said something like that to him, and then he said, because he checks up on her, and how is you? I'm sorry about this and that third. Boom. It's like we're good, we're good, we're good. Now, it's like it's a dangerous game y'all playing. So mind you, remember the police officer, he's having an affair. Remember, like, so he was, what I'm saying, running in this gray hoodie when he gets back home that morning, and his wife, she maintained the home and whatnot. So later, there's about to be like this meeting. So it's like the first day of school. Then at night there's this meeting, and like all I guess like the townspeople are coming to this meeting with I guess like a town hall meeting or something like that. Some of the school town I don't know, but the the reason I say the one part was because uh, I think before going to the meeting or something like that, the police officer's wife, she is like cleaning up, and she may be I'm not sure if she's the principal for the school, or I'm not sure. She has some type of power position. She has some type of power position because some other stuff happens. So she as she's like cleaning up the house, she goes to like pick up her husband's hoodie, and she notices a piece of hair in it. So like she's cleaning up, and she grabs her husband's hoodie, the one that he went running in that morning, off the back of the chair. She takes up this piece of hair, and she's like, so, but she doesn't really whatchamacallit. She just folds up the hoodie and then proceeds. But then you go when they get to like the town hall meeting, the lady who runs like the hotel, like so, she's kind of um, like her hotel's not doing well for business or whatever. So like just so you understand her mentality, right? Of whatever. So, like in the town hall meeting, I think like I'm gonna just call her like the chief of police. She's a lady. She says something along the lines of like she basically tells the whole town like, yeah, we still don't know. We're still like Eric's been missing for this many days, 14 days now, and we're not really sure about this and that. Boom, boom. I didn't mean to say this in the original, but she also got spit on earlier by the parents, and that was just like I don't know. It was like I don't know that the mom of the what you call it really had to do that. That was just like a scene that scene was kind of forced. So, but anyway, when they're in the town hall meeting, okay, it's because you kind of understand the lady. She has a hotel. Her hotel's not doing really well. So when they're in the town hall meeting, and the police officer's wife says something, and she's like, "Yeah, I know things probably don't align with your agenda." The hotel lady's like, "Yeah, you might want to watch your affairs that's happening at home." And she's like, "Fuck is you talking about?" Yeah, I say so. The hotel lady says this to her. She's like, "Yeah, you might want to check on what you got going on at home." So she like, and this is after she done found that hair in the police officer's, her husband, hoodie. So there's that. Then, um, so so basically, the second half of this whatchamacallit is like they're all at this little that the adults are at this little town hall meeting or whatever. All the adults at the town hall meeting. The kids, those teenagers, are going to go to the cave. They get to the cave, bro. Mind you, they already been showing little shots of the cave. So one thing in the cave is like outside the cave, there's like this like it's just a chair. not like a regular like it's a cushion chair. Like it's a cushion. It's just but it's a singular chair, but it's got cushion on it and whatnot. So they get to the cave and they go to check the cushion and like it's like you know the botanical slur a rose in a cornfield is a weed is not there. So they're like, yo, it should just be right here. Then this other girl. So I'm not sure what her role is supposed to be in for some shit. So like, but the police officer's family is like, there's something like the police officer family is the one that's like just about to just. So, bro, I'm trying to figure out everything, but I think the police officer, I think his wife is like the school principal or whatever. Cause so like the one boy, his name is Magnus, and he's what I'm saying, out by the side of the school, and this girl walks past, but so he like tries to hide it, but then she walks back, and she's like, "Why is the principal's son over here smoking bad shit or whatever?" She basically says something along those lines, whatever. Then walks off, but she pops back up. So when they go to whatchamacallit, they look in the cushion, they're like, "Yo, the shit not here," and then she's like, "Are you looking for this?" And it's like, so she done grabbed it already, so she over here like, yeah, this is worth at least 500. Like, and they're like, just give it here. And she's like, no, this is like worth 500. You can just give me two. And she's like, I know you probably got a lot of money. You can just give me two for this. He's like, fuck that, I'm not paying you shit. He pushes her. He takes it from her. I'm like totally okay with that. Like and it's not for nothing, just not to condone anything, but it was just the fact that you about to hijack this shit and then try to sell it to them, and then bro, that shit was just weird. Like you gonna try to sell it to them? That was so like how do I explain this? Like, at least they had a plan with it, and they're going to implement their plan. Like, they're going to use some. If there's a demand, they're going to. It's a product. It's in the product demand. They'll sell some. What the fuck is you over here talking about? Trying to sell it to them, bitch? Get. He pushed her on the ground. Give me that shit. You ain't gonna do shit with it. You ain't gonna use it. You ain't gonna distribute it. Then fuck is you doing? You don't need it. Just trying to be important and search yourself. No. So, but so after they push her down, though. Oh, okay. One more thing. Magnus is the son of the police officer and the school principal. So his little brother was the magician. So they be slapping him upside the head. His little brother's a magician. So Jonas, whoever this girl is that's now dating his friend Bartosz, Magnus brings his little brother, Mikhail. He brings Mikhail. And because he's like, Mikhail has a stomach bug, I have to watch him. So he's with me. And so they're all there. They're at night. All the parents is whatchamacallit. Also, this is why I say it's like, y'all playing a dangerous game. The police officer, like, so it's in German, so I can't read the text message, but it's like, it's been basically like something like 5 minutes or whatever. So because the lady was like, I'm not going to the meeting. So now it's like you can understand. She's like, why would I go to the meeting? Your wife's going to be there. And he was like, I'm going to be there. So I guess he sends her a text. She like slides out the back. It's like, y'all niggas about to go right here, right now. This in the third room. So they over there just in that third. And now this is going on while the kids are at the cave. So the kids are at the cave now. They do this whole little thing. They push the girl on the ground. They take the stuff from her. But then they hear the noise come from a cave, right? They got flashlights. They turn the flashlights. The flashlights start flickering and shit. And so like of like the cinematography and this and that, boom, boom, this is probably one of those like, it's kind of like a corny ass, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like it's done wrong or anything like that, but it's just like, whatever. So like their flashlights are flickering. Like this part, I'm not, I'm not sure how what you call it. You know what I'm saying? Just of like it's one of those you can kind of tell what's about to happen and how they're playing it off and just to move through the scene. Like so, that's my only thing about it. Like I'm not gonna say it was corny or anything, but it's like the lights are flickering, their flashlights aren't working, and they hear like this noise coming from the cave, right? So I just have to do that. As far as the acting kind of goes, that kind of was whatever. So they're like, we gotta run. So they start running. Now, at this time, of course, if it's some people running, what do you suspect something's gonna happen? Somebody's gonna fall down. Who falls down? Jonas. So it's like all of them that were at the cave, they start running, the what you call it. But Jonas grabs Mikhail. That's Mikhail is the young one who's like the magician or whatever. And so Jonas grabs Mikhail, they're running or whatever, and then it gets to a point Jonas falls. Now, when Jonas falls, he stands up. When he stands up, he hears his name. And so he turns around slowly. And who do we see? We see that guy, which is his dad. So it goes from there. But the thing is, when he stands up, Mikhail's gone. You know what I'm saying? Mikhail's gone. So Mikhail never pops back up. And so, but Jonah, like if you're in Jonas's shoes, Jonas would assume that Mikhail kept running, right? So Mikhail keeps going. Well, something like, but so Jonas keeps running, and when Jonas now catches up to the rest of the group, now it's like raining, right? It's raining, and so they're like, "Where's Mikhail?" And he was like, "I thought he caught up with you guys." And they was like, "Bitch, he was with you." They're like, "He was with you." So then, like, mind you, his brother's the one that took him. So he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this whole shit goes, he starts running back in. He runs back into the woods. They all start running back into the woods. Next thing you know, remember, all the parents were at the, like, town hall, or all the adults, or I'm not sure, like, because it's a small town, right? So the other part is, like, they were at the town hall or whatever. So all of their phones start going off. Because mind you, it's a small town. So if anything happens or this and that, you can kind of tell like they probably got like they have some shit the same, but then some stuff is probably like whatchamacallit. So everybody's phone is going off. Like so I don't know if it's like this missing alert or whatever. Boom, boom, boom. So then of course the police come. Police come, and so that they're looking, and mind you, Mikhail is the police officer's son. You know what I'm saying as well. So like he's like distraught. And so, there's something about the reason I bring it so folks so focused on the police officer family is because like his he's the one having an affair with the other lady. His son just went missing, and so it's like, like this and that, like, well, okay. And now there's a couple other things. Now, in the last segment, I told you about they had this random clip. So one of like this is a boy named Eric. He's missing. So I told you that they had this random clip, right? So of like a boy laying in the bed, like had his head covered in his room and like, you know what I'm saying? But that was like short and it switched to this other guy. So, and okay, clean this other shit back up. That guy, that's the old man, right? The old man was on something. So all of this is like happening simultaneously, right? That old man who's in there talking about it's gonna happen again, it's gonna happen again. Wherever he the fuck is, he escapes. He pops up in the town meeting like it's gonna happen again, it's gonna happen again. And then so the police officer like walks him out and she's like, and then that's when it starts raining. And so he's like, it's too late. Not only that, so again, the other thing was when Jonas was walking in the woods with his therapist, he was like, he just left. He didn't leave a note. He just vanished. There was no this and that. It was all just a mystery. I don't understand this and that. I don't know what he's trying to tell me, right? So, and then when the mom looked over at her wall after she was finished, after she no, hold on. After she was after she finished doing her business, You know what I'm saying? She looked over at the wall, and part of the picture was ripped. That lady, I think, was the lady. I think it's the grandma or whatever. So all of this whole time, well, they're at the cave, the town meeting's going on. It keep going back to like her, this lady. She's the one who has the letter of what I would assume is her son, and which just popped up at who just popped up in the woods with the what you call his face in front of Jonas. She has a letter. She reads the fucking letter. So apparently she never opened the letter. And so she keep looking at the clock. It keep going, it keeps showing her, the clock, and time just going past, and then like and the date on the whatever, and then so she like finally like opens the letter. She reads it, and this is all happening while they're in the cave, and then she like puts her head down. I don't know what the fuck the letter says. We don't. I can't read German, so I can't. I'm not even sure. Like the writing ain't that legible anyway. There's that. This is all that was happening, and this is all what's happening in the back half to 20 minutes, and it's just like simultaneous, like it's just going back and forth. Then from here, okay, so Mikhail is now missing. Mikhail's missing. So it kind of like cuts, shows the forest and the trees and whatnot, morning, and I think they're back out there looking for him. And so viewer discretion is advised. So I'm just gonna kind of show this because it was a scene. Where is this at? What the hell? What the hell? Did I not? Oh, bro. I had to take a picture of it. Okay. Let me take it. Okay. So they go in the woods in the morning, and they're like, so it has a scene of like the police officer just sitting in his car, like, fuck his life, right? So, mind you, it's his son, whatchamacallit. So then they radio and they're like, the body has been found at, 0 degrees, F20, this on the third, boom, boom, 20 meters from the riverbank water, that's on the third. Then it's the scene him run through the woods, right? Running through the woods. So, viewer discretion is advised. So it has like, so he like goes to check out the body, right? And so he hugs the chief of police officer lady, and mind you, and then like he goes to get by the body. Now I'm not sure if they were the right shoes or not, but he looks at the shoes, and then he's like, I'm gonna show this like really quickly. If you have a weak stomach, please look away. Good job. Shout out to the makeup artist on this one. Shout out to the makeup artist. So you see like the face is just like just where the eyes are, right? Yeah, right where the eyes are, just like whatever happened. And so I can't tell like just ain't third. So he gets up and he's like, "That's not Mikhail." So now we have like a whole new thing here. So I was like, if that's not Mikhail, where the fuck is Mikhail at? And who the hell is this? So now we got more questions, right? We got more questions. And then next to the body though, so just remember those things I was talking about, like at this day and age, like, we don't have a Walkman, like it's just so vintage, like, but instead of a Walkman, the 2025 version of that was Kanye West stem player. Like I was like, damn, I kind of still want a stem player. I kind of still want a stem player. So, but it needs to have an easy way to put music on it. Anyway, this shit. I just thought this was like dope as fuck. I thought this was like dope as fuck. It was a fucking Walkman. So that shit was fire. I want like it's like I would want a Walkman, bro. I want a Walkman. Like at this day and age, bro. I fuck with the Walkman, bro. I don't care if it's Bluetooth. They need to have another fucking version of this shit, or just I don't fucking know. I don't know a cassette tape, Walkman. I don't know how the fuck you gotta do this shit in 2025, but I fuck with the vibes. I fuck with the vibes. I was like, oh shit, it's a Walkman. That shit was fire. Then, so now these next little parts. I told you, there, throughout one of this shit, it's this boy Eric is missing, right? So you see this a couple times. And so once Mikhail is now missing, and they go to the police station in the morning, they have like they cutting these cut scenes up, right? Here's that, right? So like they keep showing you like periodically, because it's all over the town and city or whatever, right? They show you the missing sign. So that's how you would say missing. I would assume that's how you say missing in German. Vermischt. I'm, I think I'm whatchamacallit. Obendorf. Eric Obendorf, right? So he's the one that's missing. Now, I told you, like, as you're going through, like there was like two random scenes. The one with the boy in the room on the bed like this. And then it had cut to the old man. So you saw the old man again. It's happening, it's coming, oh, it's too late. Then you saw this shit, right? So this is how this episode ends. That's him. That's the missing boy. So, one of the things that Mikhail was sitting here saying, like, Mikhail kept asking stuff and saying questions. He was like, what if he's just, somebody has him, like, tied up in the, like, basement or something? It's like, no. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Or what if, he's not alive and his body's just out there somewhere? And it's like, yo, can we just change the conversation? Why are we talking about this out there? Blah, blah, blah. So, so this is how the episode ends. It's like they kept showing his missing poster. Then, like, they're talking about it, and third, boom, boom. Then there was that one scene of the boy, and then now we're like, that is the boy. And then this is how episode 1 ends. I'm like, oh, that's Eric. Where the fuck is he? What the fuck is going on? All right, now it's like there were a lot of questions. So, like, even once you have some questions answered, you're like, what? Okay, now what the fuck? Now what the fuck? So there's like 3 seasons of this. So I don't know. Like right now, there are a lot of like questions that need answers, right? There's some questions that need answers. Um, I'm still learning characters' names. But main character is Jonas, whose father. I need to figure out the police officer's name. I need to figure out Jonas's mom's name, the one that the police officer's having an affair with. I need to figure out the police officer's wife's actual name because she's the school principal. She got some lines in here. All right, boom. I gotta figure out their names so I can talk a little bit better about this. But so I started watching this because they said, what's a show that's a 10 out of 10, highly recommend? I'm not knocking it so far. Now, 10 out of 10 is on some anybody will like this shit type of thing. So there's that, right? I'm not, there's, so far, now, like, yeah, I gotta give it credit for, you know what I'm saying, certain shit. Like, even, it had one sex scene, but that was done well. Like I said, all the sex scenes in Sinners was trash ass. It was just terrible. They could have kept all that shit. But that one here jumped over top of all of them shits, right? And it won't even. I'm just saying. So there's an element of scandal in this. There is like there's the foreshadowing and okay, what's happening with this person? We got some characters. We have a plot, and so what would be the driving thing right now? Well, the one is so it started off with you know what I'm saying? It started off with that, right? So why he left a letter? What did his letter say? Like those are things. Okay, now that we know something about Eric, that he, yeah, I don't. against his will, or did, I'm not sure. Eric is somewhere. I'm not sure. We're not sure for how long. But we kind of got some. One of the things was, where is Eric? Okay, now we kind of got something about Eric. But now Michaela's missing. Michaela's missing, and what the hell is in the cave? What's going on with the cave? Uh, there's a noise coming from the cave. The police officer mom is seeing shit in the woods, and she was like, shit had a big head or something. I don't know what the fuck she said. She said something like that. So we got questions. Episode 2. This is gonna be we're gonna binge watch this. We're binge watching. I'm invested. I have questions. We gotta figure this shit out. We gotta figure that shit out. Is this shit a 10 out of 10? There's things you can give her credit for. What are you gonna knock it for? If I'm knocking it for anything, I'm knocking it for that whole the flickering with the. I'm knocking it for the flickering with that cave shit when that first happened, and then when it started raining, like those were two like. 'Cause I was like, why the fuck is it raining? How the fuck when did it start raining? That whole how that shit kind of played out was just whatchamacallit. Um, there was something like whatever, but that ain't that. I'm nitpicking. I'm nitpicking. I'm nitpicking. Mm, we got this that. Yeah, it's doing all right. It's doing all right. 10 out of 10 though. 10 out of 10 is perfect. 10 out of 10 is perfect. So, mm, we got some stuff going on though. We got some stuff going on. We got some scandal. We got some scenes. Some shit happening. Shit happening. All right. I'm fucking with it so far. I'm fucking with it so far. If you have not, oh, so I'm going to be watching this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be watching this. So this is just one of those. How do we say? You plant seeds, set the intention and whatnot. If you have not seen this before, the shit got 3 seasons. The shit got 3 seasons. I just finished episode 1. So if you had, well, I don't want nobody spoiling nothing shit. But for those who are going to be, who are new to it as well, and you want to watch it with me, then fine. You know what I'm saying? We can start to have conversations, and we can, you know what I'm saying? It'd be a live shit. Like that's one that would be like cool, right? So I'm only on episode 1. I'm about to move to episode 2. I'm about to move to episode 2. Don't nobody go too far ahead. If it's your first time watching, you never watch, don't go too far ahead. We want to keep the conversation concise together. So if you want to watch it with me, finish episode 1. Episode 1 is done. All right. And then you can tell me what you think about the show. What's your thoughts, feelings, reactions, reflections, and what you kind of think about this and boom, boom. Now, I'm going to move to episode 2. Should I save episode 2 for tomorrow, or should I keep going tonight? I got energy. I don't know. I'm actually kind of. This shit's an hour long, though, too. Shit. Let me see. I got enough time. I got time. I don't know. But if you got watch episode 1. If you ain't never seen, watch episode 1. You know what I'm saying? And then tell me what you thought, think about it in this and third. How you was interpreting shit. Then when we come back episode 2, we can, you know what I'm saying, come back, reflect, and be like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Be shit like that. Be shit like that. So this will have to have its own